Hey everybody. It's definitely been a while for one of these, but I thought it would be fun to kind of come back to some of the old days. I know I've been streaming a lot of video games and haven't had too much time to read, but I do have a couple of days, so I'm going to add a few different things, and hopefully you guys like it a lot. So there's that. But just as a formal announcement, hey, love you guys. You're amazing. Um, I love being a part of this community, and you guys have helped build it a lot already. Especially with the views, especially with some of the content that I put out. So I appreciate all the help that all of you have given me in the way that you have. So, usually I do this at the end, but since I've changed the format in which the ways I do these, I'm going to do it at the beginning. Please, 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 like the video if you've enjoyed what you've heard. If you have any comments, go ahead, put them in. I try to listen to every single one of them, and I do try to change things according to what you guys put down. Of course, I know a lot of you that listen to the videos or watch whatever I be streaming occasionally aren't subscribed. Please, sub, like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you want to know when I'm doing stuff, absolutely just click on the notification bell and you'll get that ding as soon as I load something up. And then on top of that, if you guys want to be a bigger help to the community, to the projects that I work on here and there, absolutely go onto the main page on the channel here, and you'll find the link to a bunch of stuff, including my Patreon, which is just $3 to just have like a minimum part of my channel, and I'll that's basically what I use to like keep people updated with stuff, and you'll have greater access the more things continue. So please, by all means, give that a go, and just just appreciate you guys. So today I will be reading Lord Loss by Darren Shan. If you guys haven't already noticed, Darren Shan's literally one of my favorite authors. Anyway, appreciate you, and let's get started. Sorry, I thought I was more prepared than that. Lord Loss. Lord Loss sows all the sorrows of the world. Lord Loss seeds the grief-starched trees. In the center of the web, lowly Lord Loss bows his head. Mangled hands, naked eyes, fanged snakes his soul line, curled inside like textured sin, bloody, curdled sheets for skin. In the center of the web, vile Lord Loss torments the dead. Over strands of red, Lord Loss crawls, dispensing pain and despising all, shuns friends, nurtures foes, ravages hope, breeds woe, drinks moons, devours suns, twirls his thumbs till the reaper comes. In the center of the web, lush Lord Loss is all that's left. Rat guts. Double history on a Wednesday afternoon. Total nightmare. A few minutes ago, I would have said I couldn't imagine anything worse. But when there's a knock on the door and it opens and I spot my mom outside, I realize life can always get worse. When a parent turns up at school unexpected, it means one of two things. Either somebody's close to you has been seriously injured or died, or that you're in trouble. My immediate reaction: please don't let anybody be dead. I think of Dad, Gret, uncles, aunts, cousins. It could be any of them. Alive and kicking this morning, now stiff and cold, tongue sticking out, a slab of dead meat just waiting to be buried. I remember Gran's funeral, the open coffin, her shining flesh having to kiss her forehead, the pain, the tears. Please don't let anyone be dead. Please, 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 please. Then I see Mum's face, white with rage. And I know she's here to punish, not comfort. I groan, roll my eyes, and mutter under my breath, "Bring on the corpses." The head's office. Me, Mom, and Mr. Donnellon. Mom's ranting and raving about cigarettes. I've been seen smoking behind the bike shed, the oldest cliche in the book. She wants to know if the heads are aware of this, of what the pupils in his school are getting up to. I feel a bit sorry for Mr. Donnellon. He has to sit there, looking like a schoolboy himself, shuffling his feet and saying he didn't know this was going on, and he'll launch an investigation and put a quick end to it. Liar. Of course he knew. Every school has a smoking area. That's life. Teachers don't approve, but they turn a blind eye most of the time. Certain kids smoke. Fact. Safer than them smoking at school than sneaking off the grounds during breaks and at lunch. Mom knows that too. She must. She was young once, like she's always reminding me. Kids were no different in Mom's time. If she stopped for a minute and thought back, she'd see what a bloody embarrassment she's being. I wouldn't mind her having a go at me at home, but you don't march into school and start laying down the law in the headmaster's office. She's out of order. Big time. But it's not like I can tell her, is it? I can't pipe up with, "Oi, Mum, you're disgracing us both, so shut your trap." I smirk at the thought. And of course, that's when Mom pauses for the briefest of moments and catches me. "What are you grinning at?" she roars. And then she's off again. I'm smoking myself into an early grave. The school's responsible. What sort of a freak show is Mr. Donnellon running? La-de-la-de-la-de-bloody law. Boring. Her rant at school's nothing compared to the one I get at home. Screaming at the top of her lungs, blue bloody murder. She's going to send me off to a boarding school. Nope, military school. See how I like that, having to get up at dawn each morning and do 100 press-ups before breakfast. How does that sound? Is breakfast a fry-up or some cereally yogurty crap? Is my response, and I know the second it's out of my mouth that it's the wrong thing to say. This isn't the time for the famed Grubbs Grady brand of cutting-edge humor. Cue the enraged Mum fireworks. Who do I think I am? Do I know how much they spend on me? What if I get kicked out of school? Then the clincher, the one mums all over the world love pulling out of the hat. Just wait till your father gets home. Dad's not as freaked out as Mom, but he's not happy. He tells me how disappointed he is. They've warned me so many times about the dangers of smoking, how it destroys people's lungs and gives them cancer. Smoking's dumb, he says. We're in the kitchen. I haven't been out of it since Mom dragged me home from school early, except to go to the toilet. It's disgusting, antisocial, and lethal. Why do it, Grubbs? I thought you had more sense. I shrug wordlessly. What's there to say? They're being unfair. Of course smoking's dumb. Of course it gives you cancer. Of course I shouldn't be doing it. But my friends smoke. It's cool. Get to hang out with cool people at lunch and talk about cool things. But only if you smoke. You can't be in if you're out. And they know that. Yet here they stand, acting all Gestapo, asking me to account for my actions. How long has he been smoking? That's what I want to know. Mom started referring to me in the third person since Dad arrived. I'm beneath direct mention. Yes, Dad says. How long, Grubs? I don't know. Weeks, months, longer? A few months, maybe? But only a couple a day. If he says a couple, he means at least 5 or 6, Mom snorts. No, I don't, I shout. I mean a couple. Don't raise your voice at me, Mom roars back. Easy, Dad begins. But Mom goes on as if he isn't even there. Do you think it's clever? Filling your lungs with this rubbish, killing yourself. We didn't bring you up to watch you give yourself cancer. We don't need this, certainly not at a time like this. Not when... Enough, Dad shouts. And we both jump. Dad almost never shouts. He usually gets very quiet when he's angry. Now his face is red and he's glaring, but at both of us, not just me. Mum coughs. As if she's embarrassed, she sits, brushes her hair back off of her face, and looks at me with wounded eyes. I hate when she pulls a face like this. It's impossible to look at her straight or argue. I want you to stop, Grubs, Dad says, back in control now. We're not going to punish you. Mom starts to object, but Dad silences her with a curt wave of his hand. But I want your word that you'll stop. I know it won't be easy. I know your friends will give you a hard time, but this is important. Some things matter more than looking cool. Will you promise? Grubs? He pauses. Of course, as if you're able to quit. Of course I'm able, I mutter. I'm not addicted or anything. Then will you? For your sake, not ours. I shrug, trying to act like it's no big thing, like I was planning to stop anyway. Sure, if you're gonna make all that much of a fuss about it, I yawn. Dad smiles. Mom smiles. I smile. Then Gret walks in the back door and she's smiling too. But it's an evil, big sister, superior smile. Have we sorted out all our little problems out yet? She asks, voice high and fake innocent. And I know instantly. Gret grasped me up to Mom. She found out I was smoking. And she told the cow. As she swishes past, beaming like an angel, I burn fiery holes in the back of her head with my eyes. And a single word echoes through my head like the sound of ungodly thunder. Revenge. I love rubbish dumps. You can find all sorts of disgusting stuff there. The perfect place to go browsing if you want to get even with your annoying traitor of a sister. I climb over mounds of garbage and root through the black bags and soggy cardboard boxes. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to use or in what fashion, so I wait for inspiration to strike. Then, in a small plastic bag, I find 6 dead rats, necks broken, just starting to rot. Excellent. Look out, Gret. Here I come. Eating breakfast at the kitchen table, radio turned down low, listening to the noises upstairs, trying not to giggle, waiting for the outburst. Gret's in her shower. She showers at least twice a day before she goes to school and when she gets back. Sometimes she has one before going to bed, too. I don't know why anybody would bother keeping themselves so clean. I reckon it's a form of madness. Because she's so obsessed with showering, Mom and Dad gave her an ensuite bathroom. They figured I wouldn't mind, and I don't. In fact, it's perfect. I wouldn't have been able to pull my trick if Gret didn't have her own shower, with its very own towel rack. The shower goes off, splatters, then drips, then silence. I tense with excitement. I know Gret's routine's inside out. She always pulls her towel down off its rack after she showered, not before. I can't hear her footsteps, but I imagine her taking the 3 or 4 steps to the towel rack, reaching up, pulling it down, and on cue, screams galore. A shocked single scream to start, then a volley of them, one running into another. I push my bowl of soggy cornflakes aside, and I prepare myself for the biggest laugh of the year. Mom and Dad are by the sink discussing the day ahead. They go stiff when they hear the screams, then dash towards the stairs, which I can see from where I'm sitting. Gret appears before they reach the stairs, crashes out of her room, screaming, slapping bloody shreds from her arms, tearing them from her hair. She is covered in red, towel clutched in one hand over her front. Even terrified of her wits, there's no way she's going to come down naked. "What's wrong?" Mom shouts. "What's happening?" "Blood!" Gret screams. "I'm covered in blood. I pulled the towel down. She stops. She spotted me laughing. I'm doubled over. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Mom turns and looks at me. Dad does too. They're speechless. Gret picks a sticky pink chunk out of her hair slowly this time and studies it. "What did you put on my towel?" she asks quietly. "Rat guts," I howl, pounding the table, crying with laughter. "I got rats at the rubbish dump, chopped them up, and I almost get sick. I'm laughing so hard.